stillness. As real as it gets for me. In any other culture, this would be revered and honored and facilitated as a shamanic awakening, a shamanic initiation. Yet, and this is now the third segment of today's December 17th, Thursday, 2020. It's now 6:01 a.m. This is the trilogy to, I think this is probably going to be my last one for this time segment, just kind of bringing more closure and balance to everything I've shared so far in these creations. I'm excited because this is something that is like, I'm sure whenever people who are around me have been witnessing me, once they get this level of closure to like where I'm coming from and who I am, what I've experienced and all this, it'd be like, oh, of course, okay, now this makes more sense. And for me, that's like a huge relief for people to know what I'm experiencing, or at least hear me out. So, what do I want to? I don't really have a defined topic for this episode. I'm gonna free flow with it. It's gonna be about miracles, the miraculous. For me, my life is such a miracle. Like I'm sure it could be experienced, like me sharing in the way that I share, extremely radical, which it like in reference, like in relativity, yes, it's radical. Yeah, this is my life. This is it's important for me to bridge my inner world with the outer world. And I am in extreme divine communion with the one organism that we are as a whole. So me being in connection and communication with this depth of myself and what is referred to as quote unquote God, Goddess, the universe, all this, it gives me a vantage point and access to realms of life and dimensions of life that the quote-unquote average or normal common being just isn't experiencing. And that's cool. That's like, okay, cool. This is where I belong, or this is what gives me meaning to be here. Like, why am I here? And it's really, for me at this point, just going through and unlocking my voice, remedying, providing remedy to myself for the suppression that has taken place for me, and really embodying myself so that, for one, people know me for the resource that I am. So that's part of what this is for me, is giving the world and those around me and those who haven't come to know me yet closure of who I am and who I could possibly be for them in their healing process, in their healing journey. Like, I, no holds barred. Like, it's, I am willing to go there for the sake of healing. When one being expands, all of life expands. When one being heals, all of life heals. It makes it easier and makes the texture, the akash of the reality that much lighter. So I know for myself that's what I'm experiencing as I let this go. And this definitely isn't the first time, yet each time that I go through the gauntlet of sharing and going through the rounds and the circle of reinforcing the pathway, for me that it gets more refined, it gets easier for me. I learn to trust myself. I re-establish and reaffirm and fortify my faith, which is so huge and key. There's a lot of fear in the world, especially at this time. Like, anything that was kept under the surface, it's really being stimulated to look at and get present with, and it's a massive collective healing for sure. And I appreciate the role that I play in the collective or societal healing of society, because if we're real and honest with ourselves, this society, this culture, this environment is very sick. So that's why, I open this segment, this episode up with, in any other culture, what I experienced in my would be considered like a Kundalini Awakening experience, or full-blown activation experience. Like that would be, I would have been, instead of being ushered, expedited to suppressive means, I would have been expedited to where the shamans, the elders are, so that I would be under supervision and under the care of the elders, of the medicine people. And that dynamic of this culture and this society is not set up yet. It is not set up correctly. And do I have a solution? This is basically the solution. What I'm bringing forward is this is all I got in this moment, which I recognize is a lot. I do recognize it's a lot. It's powerful, and if anything, it's paving the way, and or I'm participating in the paving of the way. So this is self-care and self-love for me, truly. I'm grateful for those who actually are in resonance to even hear me share at this level, and like, especially like there could be anything infinite in the realm of infinity to be witnessed in this space when attention could be anywhere in infinity. It's a great honor. I bow to you. I bow to the Supreme Being hearing me. Aho. That's it. I'm gonna cut it off right there. Like I don't want to bring it any further. I'm gonna put this. Yep. Had to do it. I actually can't hear what this sounds like until after I upload this. I'm also gonna put this one on there. Yep. And that's great. So this is me. This is my version of a selfie. And with that being said, I thank you for listening. And I thank you for being present with me in my process. And I thank you for your compassion in my process. And I appreciate your compassion for yourself. I appreciate you showing up for yourself and doing your self-care and self-love. Because I know what my fortress is. I know what the fortress looks like for me. And for anyone to come into this space, I recognize you. So definitely, I love you so much. And yeah, feel free to share the love and share the abundance in balance my way. For me to integrate into this world, it hasn't been like the sunshine and rainbows, and that's okay. It's been a lot of fun, quite an adventure. Yet, in the realm of finance, I'm really digging in to sort out what is true for me, like what I'm here to share, like what role do I play in that, like where I'm charging people, or just because in one way or another, like I know the energy is charging in itself. So I really, what I should say, what I feel I want to say is, if you want to balance any energy out with me, feel free to Venmo me. My Venmo is at Raven Medicine, and my Venmo is the $ Miracle Yogi. And also feel free to reach out to me through my Instagram, DM me, or whichever way mode of communication is the least amount of friction for you on your path. Also, my email, you can reach me at sacreddance.healing.intimacy@gmail.com. Again, my name is Raven. Thank you so much for being here with me. This is awesome. This is great. This is a huge mile marker for me. And yes, until we connect again, see you within, see you forever.